Impromptu, not a vlog. So, what to talk about today? The water broke, and I was without hot water for a few days, but I got in my shower beforehand, so that was nice. Speaking of that shower, ever since then my hair has not been able to really stay up. Genericon opened up their panels, so we're gonna, hopefully on Friday, the full Restore team and I will use that form and get in a Skype call and register for our panel at Genericon, which is gonna be awesome. We've been hyped for this for a long time. Got to see my hair for a little bit. Anyway, what's next? So Genericon was the thing. I have an idea for a project that might be huge. Yeah, so I guess I'll tell it. So the idea for the project is, by the way, if you see this hat, I don't care about sports. It's just a hat. It's a really good hat. The color can be a bit off in some seasons though, so I don't really care about Boston Red Sox. Or sports at all. Yay! So, here's my idea. How many times have you seen a series start up, or never get to start up, and then fail? You know, a video game that never got published or finished. An animation that never got finished, you know? Trapville, or what I use as an example is Pokemon EVOS. Pokemon EVOS. It was a fan-made game made by Mark Rassity, a college student at RPI, who, dear God, the guy put so much effort in. His fans put so much effort in for the sprites and the animation, and he made an entirely unique Pokemon game that ran in the Flash player. It was amazing. It was completely unique, unlike anything that anyone had ever seen. It had a unique aerial and ground-based attack system. It had a hardcore mode thing enabled with like critical mode or something, and how certain trainers could put one into critical mode, which would then they could die and stuff. And he introduced unique types before Gen 6, like a light type and stuff like that. And I don't know if he used fairy, but it was something similar to that. Point being, the guy worked his ass off, and he made a whole new region with a crazy plot. Unlike anything, you know, it wasn't about getting gym badges and stuff. It was about completing dungeons, and it was a legitimate dungeon crawler. It was at times it was meant to be. It was awesome, but he never got to make any of the dungeons because even though he had the entire story written out with every dungeon and every boss fight, he got shut down by Nintendo lawyers. Yeah, but I mean, there's a million stories like this. There's a million stories like this where someone has a project and it doesn't get finished, and oftentimes they involve animation. So, no, I'm gonna walk over here now. So I had an idea. What if I made a Make-A-Wish Foundation kind of deal in terms of like making one wish come true, but for people who have failed products? Imagine this. Imagine that, let's say Tome, the Terrain of Magical Expertise. That is a very successful, really cool animation series. It's a really cool series that actually is doing well. I thought it might never. I was worried it would never get a second season, but it's doing really well. With Curvifer and all that stuff. And the thing is that imagine that Tome never really kicked off, or if the animators got busy and they really couldn't finish it. So imagine if a few years go by, and you know it's settled and everything, and then you start up my project, which I don't know, might be called Final Level or something. What involves is a team of interviewers, me, and animators, who I would probably get from Hyun's dojo. And what we do is, you interview the person, you have them, since it's an abandoned project that's completely broken and gone, what you do is you interview them and they tell you about all the crazy plot twists and spoilers that would have happened if they had finished their series. And then you have a team of animators make like a 1 minute melee kind of thing where, you know, they animate the final episode in like a short 2 minute thing and show you basically like what could have been. Imagine that. Imagine getting a group of animators and interviewers. Part 1 is like, you know, I guess it would be kind of set up like Death Battle, where it's, instead of research, it's an interview talking about, you know, the history of the animators and the project writers and what went wrong. You know, was it just time? Was it legal things like with the OS? Then they tell you about all the things they had planned and all the crazy plot twists and stuff, all the crazy plot things. And then the team of animators comes in at the end and makes a short animation of, like, you know, the one thing that they wish they got to make. Whether it's a final boss fight, whether it's a collection of all the dungeon runs or something, just some kind of sped up version of something like that, you know? I don't know. I don't know what to call it either. Should it be called Final Level? Should it be called What Could Have Been? Something like that. I don't know. But I have a lot of cool ideas that I want to get out there. I have an idea for a game review kind of thing called the Soapbox, and I'm working on a montage for Full Restore for the Moemon Let's Play. So that's cool. Hope you enjoyed the little update. This is #Notavlog, Notavlogger, and stuff. Bye.